Alrighty, welcome back to Sapa Season 12, Week 7 recap. Let me actually get the week right this time. Ready to talk about some cool gaming. I am joined by Adam, Sapa
Yo,
veteran, and making his second season debut here we have Frank.
Hey,
Alright, so we got some good games, and we're gonna start with yours, Frank. We got you versus Dante, and anything particular you want to mention about this?
this is definitely my funniest set of this season.
this,
For game two, we'll see. But
Mhm.
yeah, that knockoff getting the power was
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
seeing the meteor beam after the knockoff, it's heartbreaking.
that's so tough.
Mm. Um, tried and true technique of put your ground type next to your discharge mon.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, spoilers, you're just going to see a lot of earthquake discharge. It's pretty good.
No, yeah, especially
Yeah,
it's, electric type that's a bird versus with ground type, fantastic.
yeah, you just get to hit all your spread moves, and who cares?
Um, oh, there goes Smeargle. Smeargle, I don't think Smeargle's a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, he always feels like a gimmick. Maybe it's because like
He is.
a team that needs him hasn't really had him yet, but it's like I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's like you see it, it should be there, but his numbers are just so ass that like it doesn't really matter. Kilowattrel living that was
Loading the Salkir. It did a lot of damage. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not used to seeing Salkir
did.
do like meaningful damage, but
yeah, but living on one is always like
oh, we see Tauros come out and not activate Intimidate, which
was he anger point?
what's going on with that? We got
Frank?
I believe he was, what was it, Kudchu? Yeah, he had like
Oh.
a citrus berry on there.
oh, he was
Because I didn't want to activate, what is it, it's competitive on the phalanx.
does he have competitive
There.
Phalanx? You mean Defiant?
Defiant, my
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, did they really give him a special attack boosting one? No. Cellrock doing 25. Like,
Doing absolutely nothing. What a
Smeargle, he has like what? Like 10, 20 attack stat? Like, it's
Yeah.
it's useless. It's I mean,
Yeah.
it has a lot of it can get every support move in the game, so it's good in that regard. But
Yeah, he misses that play rough, and this game pretty much ends just there. Honestly,
oh yeah,
like Crocodile just goes Moxie crazy here.
oh yeah. Plus,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah, Intimidate doesn't matter, and then it's just easy
You're
to
already
clean up here.
yeah.
This is the one mistake here, though, where I'm like, you know what? I could use another Moxie boost. Let's kill my own Metagross.
Poor Metagross, man.
Didn't
You
know
deserve that.
really gives the boost though, so I'm.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? But yeah, then back to the tried and true.
Yeah.
Kilowattrel really been kind of the MVP of your team this season. He's
For
always
sure.
putting in big numbers.
That mod's
every
crazy.
week. Yeah, it really begs the question. Makes us ask: what if Zapdos was a little worse, but still really good?
Electric flying is just kind of a broken typing conceptually.
It's very good, and he's got good stats. He's got great abilities like wind power, competitive, and whatever the other one is. They're all good.
That set was like 13 turns.
Yeah, it was like two turns. Six.
Yeah, I kind of just hit the same moves over and over again, and he
Yeah.
couldn't do much about it.
No, yeah.
No.
Defending victory. And moving on, we see this was a pretty influential game. Like this was long awaited. So we got
This one mattered for the standings.
yeah, we got Brian versus David. David, we've been teasing him a bit, getting a relatively easy kind of season where a lot of his matches have been forwarded due to outside constraints, and so this, along with his set versus me a couple weeks ago, were kind of like big tests to see whether his team is actually as scary as it looks on paper. And we see Stonejourner make an appearance.
It absolutely dunked on, but he's here.
Yeah. Yeah. So lucky Dark Pulse flinch early, and then
Cleans it up. low kick.
Yeah. Brian kind of hyper focusing down the Stonejourner, not attacking or not
Eh,
really going after the Volcarona, and doing again, kind of leaving this Volcarona here, and like this Volcarona is a big threat. How do you deal with it?
yeah, he is just kind of sitting there
Yeah.
pressing moves that are not like doing a significant amount of damage.
Yeah. Horse
He's
goes
not doing
down.
a ton, but
And here we see a burn on Conkeldurr, which I believe is guts.
yes, he is.
Judging by that
Guts
damage, he's
no-
definitely guts. Yes.
I think he's guts no flame orb.
Yeah, and so a lucky burn,
Uh-uh.
but then in comes the wheezing, and we've been also giving David a bit of flack about having wheezing and not meshing well with his team, but in this very instance, it's doing fantastic work because
Yeah, then
now all of a sudden you're not guts boosted, you're just burned.
and
Yeah,
Conkeldurr's just dog now.
it's kind of where the game turned for Brian. Honestly, he had a pretty good position in
Yeah.
the beginning here, but
Yeah,
And like I don't know, maybe switch out, but I guess you don't have a whole lot to switch into. But I guess
Yes,
I also guess Conkeldurr doesn't have facade.
yeah. This moth has just been allowed to run wild, pretty much unabated for this entire game.
Yeah. In comes Como, and
Ryan sure is pressing protect a lot for no reason.
well, I mean,
It's just
he's waiting out.
I'm
He was
not-
waiting.
I'm
He
not
was
saying
waiting.
that's a
He was
bad
waiting out the.
decision.
He was waiting out the tailwind. I get that one.
Yeah, that's right.
And now all of a sudden decorated. I don't know how I feel about. When I was watching this live, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the steel Terra type on Como this week. I understand the vision.
The fat draining kiss.
Shout out Hayes.
Rip that haze.
No, I mean I get the vision where you want to resist the Blood Moon blast, I guess, but like you're still gonna be weak to Earth power, and all of a sudden you're now really weak to Volcarona, who's a major big threat. And
Yeah.
so then I looked at what Brian's options were, and Fire didn't seem that great either, specifically versus Blood Moon.
Yeah.
But then normal, like you could do like Boom Burst stuff this week, I guess. There's no real steel type over there. I think that could have been okay. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough matchup for Brian. And looking at that first game, I think the biggest threat was Volcarona just sitting there.
Just
the whole
pressing Heat
time,
Wave over and over again.
Yeah, and then you can mitigate your damage
Doing it.
with Struggle Bug and really threaten your Greninja, your Dark type.
Yeah.
And so
See if
going into
Brian can bring
game
it
2,
back.
we want to see adaptations now. Both horses are out. But this looks like a really bad place for these to be in. That crit, it's tough.
That is.
And then Blood Moon just erases for Rigorath. Low kick doing only 52.
yeah, I know Brian had calced the Farigarath to live a Blood Moon, but not a Blood Moon with the expanding force.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big ask for sure. And so here we see.
A rare Dr. B misplay.
Yeah, so I understand like the idea you want to encore it into Blood Moon, but if you encore it into the move, it gets to do it again. Alright, and so the way like Blood Moon and like Gigaton Hammer work is basically it doesn't let you press the button 2 times in a row. So like you can't physically click Blood Moon twice. And so when you encore them, it still lets the move go through because they're not pressing it. But like now he can't do it again, right? He'll struggle if he stays in this turn, but he gets to get the second one off. Same thing with like instruct. You can instruct Blood Moon to make it go twice, things like that.
It seems like a kind of weird interaction there, to be honest.
It's
but-
very strange, very niche. Not, not that crazy to get that wrong. Because how would you know?
Yeah,
Like, how often does that come up?
absolutely not. That's just a crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did absolutely annihilate the.
But Tauros is coming in and just gonna make it work. I'm assuming this thing is. I don't know if it's scarfed or not, honestly, but
It's banded.
it's banded. Okay.
Yeah.
Phase is
And-
naturally faster. Yeah, and then this Brian just noticing it's wrapped and
Rip. That was a
Forfeit.
tough matchup.
yeah.
Ryan was a
So
little tilted.
understandably,
happens.
but,
Yeah,
I mean,
understandably, completely. It's just this is the 2 Psy spam bear teams that we have in this league are both
They're very strong.
very strong, very
And
hard to. I also got dog walked by Matt, so it happens to the best of us.
yeah, this is the kind of the first I think we're really seeing of Tauros coming out to play, and this one's a threat. It's very strong.
Yeah,
Intimidate's good.
those Tauroses are pretty good. They
Yeah, especially when Intimidate's free to the opposing team, and you don't have to worry about things like Defiant or competitive
Yeah.
boosts. But good shit from David, beating the allegations of the Mickey Mouse record with a commanding victory over Brian.
Yeah, we're one of our stronger players.
Yeah. Up next is me. I get to face my good friend John Bannon. And so here I brought the Giraffe Rig out to play again, and my good friend Torcat. And so
Back to the Giraffe Gaming.
I brought these guys for specific purpose and a specific strategy that we will see play out in the first turn of the first game. But looking at Bannon's guys, it's the usual crowd of Spathra. He got his big orb that's going to blow up on me, and his revival blessing guy. Yeah, these are good guys. But if you'll notice, lots of physical attackers. Really, only one special attacker. And so my plan was to leave my two little guys.
The fellas.
Little fellas, yep. Dodge the hypnosis because I'm better at the video game. Parting shot out into Archaladon to get the free setup, and then I press beat up into him, activating his stamina boost to give my good friend +6. And so you see this wall of text, and all of a sudden my Archaladon, which has no defense investment in EVs, it has like 1100 defense right now. It's insane.
Is now +6.
Mm-hmm.
And you dodge another.
Dodge another hypnosis, but honestly, I kind of wouldn't have minded if that one hit because then Giraffe Rig's asleep, which is fine.
Yeah, which doesn't really.
Then I dodge a third one, which is crazy. Decide to go on the offensive with my Giraffe, which is not wise, but I think ally switch can fail now if you do it twice in a row. Like Protect, you could just spam it forever, but I think now it's like Protect. Yeah, fake out doing nothing. But here I go, switching it up. Bring in my cat to get fake out pressure and to mitigate Arcanine, but not that I really need to because
you have a +6
defense.
On the other side.
This guy is just a wall that cannot be stopped. Fake out to stop hypnosis, so I don't want to go to bed. And I proceed to kill everyone else. This is kind of a throw on my part. I should be killing this bird, but I'm in a pretty commanding position to where even if I do get put to bed, like, I don't care. I'm gonna live.
Flare Blitz doing a fair
yeah.
bit.
Shout out Flare Blitz from no attack invest Torracat doing 50%. Now this thing does not have a lot of, defense, and Flare Blitz is 120 base power. But
yeah, but
still
impressive.
It was impressive. Mach Punch.
Zoom.
Shout out Breloom. Technician Mach Punch. Adamant. Strong enough to get that kill. So here we see more some technical knowledge. So you gotta know how your own guys work. Double Shock doesn't work if you don't have the electric type, and so the whole point is that it kills
you have to switch out and back in to use again.
Or be Terra Electric, but I don't believe that's his Terra Captain. I get the wake up finally, and Archaladon gets to hit Blast. CC's gonna do 22. And now I get to put people to bed. And now it's just a matter of cleaning up with my guy. And so I kind of knew this was going to be a really strong strategy going into Bannon's team of, mostly physical
attackers. Almost entirely physical attackers, yeah.
But I was very pleased with how effective it was.
And his one special attacker can't hit you, like, at all?
Yeah, and so the Lumina Crash reveal was good to know because he can muscle past me.
That's true. He can bring that down.
And so going into game 2, I'm like, let me change things up a little bit. I kind of want to be too predictable. In game 2, the spoiler is I play really badly around hypnosis.
I mean, you saw it miss 4 times game 1. So.
It's true. So, like, what if you just don't get hit? Or what if you just wake up? And so here I get put to bed, obvious. The tailwind, I was still slower. I kind of thought I might be faster, but that was kind of silly on my part. Go for Encore. I thought about encoring this guy into Hypnosis, but I didn't want it to like be like, oh, he accidentally hypnosis 2 of my guys, and there's sleep. Oh, we were playing with sleep claws on. I should have encored it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Because we made some jokes earlier in the season about what if you encore someone into hypnosis that makes them break sleep claws, and so I didn't want to.
But we fixed that. We fixed that halfway through the season. They're
Yeah.
not even a few games in after Hall's debacle.
Yeah,
in our game.
and so on this turn, I was like, well, shoot. I want to go on the offensive with my Lodic, but I'm afraid of Electric Guy. That was like, yeah. Yeah. So I had to fake him out, but then that leaves this guy open and Bannon just content to just put my guys to bed. And once again, I know I'm playing with Sleep Claws, but I decided that I'm never going to switch out, and I'm just going to wake up. But spoiler alert, I never fucking wake up.
Happens.
At this point, my position's looking really bad. My Lodic is asleep, just blew up. All I got left offensively is really Breloom, and versing all of these guys is simply
basically impossible for anyone.
but like, what if I ally switch around and give him some tough stuff to do? Bullet Seed's very strong. I get a lucky 3-pack or 4-pack, and like protect on the fake out. I still have my focus sash, so like things can work. This thing is bulky as shit. I thought that foul play would do more, but I was able to pick it off with Mach Punch. But all of a sudden, Spather is back.
Yeah.
I do some ally switch, but he gets me with double shock there. It's tough. Maybe it was just
that did a lot.
Yeah, and then here's where like everything was really over. Spore into the safety goggles on Corviknight, and so at that point I was like, well, this is over. It had been over
for game 3 though.
Yeah, it had been over for a while, but yeah, that was good knowledge that I picked up. And now it's just my cat versus the world, which that crit does not matter in any meaningful way, because I simply cannot win. But I play it out. Make him press the buttons. You never know. Your opponent could always throw.
That'd be a throw of a century.
Yeah, I mean,
you have
to repeatedly switch back and forth.
10% left with only Flare Blitz as your attack and move. Yeah, that's
me when I Will-O-Wisp everyone and Bannon. Never to attack just to give me the win. But so going to game 3, Bannon got my ass. Game 2, I need to stop messing around with hypnosis, because I just can't let my guys die and then a new one go to sleep. Sleep Claws is there for a reason. Yep. So again, I dodge another hypnosis, which is good for me. But I had fully expected that Giraffe Rig to go to bed. That's what the ally switch was for.
It was Spore though.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, you go to bed. And so now I have to worry about Espathras much less. He gets a good switch. I'm like hyper focused on that bird because I'm like, that's what lost me game 1. Everything else I can deal with Archaladon.
But almost lost you game 1.
Oh, game 2, sorry. Yeah. But now I'm like, all right, time to activate.
Now he's back.
Time to activate my guy. As soon as I saw like my guy was faster than Golem, I was like, oh, I can just get my guy in, and now all of a sudden we just win.
Without anybody that can use Haze on Bannon's team, there's not really a way he can reset this.
Yeah, so once I'm at plus, whatever. Shout out Golem living that.
That's crazy.
With the Terra Grass, but able to pick him off. Oh, that was a switch into this guy. Okay, I'm like, how am I faster? He's in Tailwind. I'm not. And then shout out Extreme Speed to stop me from picking off Palmot. So he was able to bring back Golem. which he brings back in, but I get a good switch in with Torracat, so I can fake out to pick him off, and then at this point it's just which one does our Chaladon kill this turn. I think the answer is going to be Espathra, because I don't want that thing to wake up, because that was its guaranteed turn of sleep, so it couldn't wake up that turn, so I'm like, I'm just going to kill this thing. And now there's nothing that can stop our Chaladon. I do burn just so Last Respects, is mitigated. It's another crit Brave Bird on my cat. And then I choose to kill. My cat gets to live. And Last Respects, still doing respectable damage.
A lot
burned.
for
Burned, and I'm
plus
plus 6.
defense.
Yeah. But that's just going to be a wrap. And so, yeah. After game 2, which I kind of played kind of loosely, after I guess too much confidence from game 1, I was like, all right, well, I actually have to make sure I don't just go to bed and sleep forever.
You have to lock in.
Yeah. And so, back to basics. Melodic, usually kind of doing a lot every week. I really didn't do much at all this week at all. That's okay. Sometimes the broken Pokemon can be the star.
Yeah. Especially when you can reliably get him up to plus 6.
Yeah. Shut up, Enon. Your team is cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. All right, and then what I think is maybe the last.
Lily, Aaron.
Yeah. Well, no. Izzy, Aaron.
Izzy.
Oh, Izzy,
yeah.
Aaron. Izzy, Aaron. My bad.
Yeah.
Wrong name.
Izzy's got her typical group of dudes, and same with Aaron. These are pretty standard teams from both of them. Although I don't know how much we've seen of Rabska yet. But starting off with Whimsicott, one of the best support mons of all time, activating Brambleghast to do big damage. And so, going after the Whimsicott, like I get, but also
you kind of have to kill that.
This guy is super scary. And if you don't know what Brambleghast does, like I can understand going after Whimsicott first, but now it's like gets a lucky burn though there to pick off through Sash.
That is funny. That is deeply unfortunate.
And so here we see download Porygon Z. I don't know.
Is it physical?
Well, so it gets a boost to one of its offensive stats depending on the opposing Pokemon. So whichever defense stat is lower or something of the opposing Pokemon. And so you can't control which boost you get. And so usually with Porygon, I think that just run analytic. It's just better. Not analytic, adaptability.
Yeah.
Poltergeist just racing. Magmortar.
Miss on Trick-fil Axle whiff.
Double miss.
Damn.
Tough.
Double
and we
miss
see
is
Hyper
brutal.
Beam. Hyper Beam Porygon Z is funny.
And
but once again, like you're getting
moving
walloped
to a
by
ghost
this
Bramblecast.
Yeah, this tumbleweed. You gotta start targeting and still refusing to. Like maybe you don't have a move to hit it. That's fair, but you gotta do something about it. It's just killing your whole team. And there goes
Bonk.
gone.
Brutal, honestly.
Yeah. And it's too little too late to be setting up.
Yeah.
Hatterene is going to die to Poltergeist. Shadow Sneak. Questionable. That's fine. Yeah, at this point, you can just bring in Toxicroak.
Just bring in anything.
Yeah, anything really, yeah. Poltergeist is going to erase Hatterene from the map. And it's just a wrap.
Brutal.
Yeah, and so this was really just the Brambleghast show.
Don't underestimate that weird.
No, Tailwind, Windrider is cool.
Windrider is a sick ability.
Yeah, immune to all wind moves and get.
Shout out Shiftry.
Shout out Shiftry. So game two. Aaron, how does he adapt? Let's see. Is he doing the tried and true press your surf next to your dry skin mon?
Classic.
Yep. We love healing our guys. Which is funny because Aaron also uses a similar strategy often with his Earthquake next to Orthworm. But we'll not get to do it this game, so it seems, because Orthworm has died. But he gets the room up. Oh, never mind. Orthworm's back. Hattery now with 2 confirmed kills. I don't know if that crit
Big
mattered.
crit.
I feel like
I doubt it.
I feel like it. I feel like it didn't. Yeah. Although it's not Life Orb Hattering, is it? So I don't know. Oh no, it was Life Orb Hattering, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Good
Bringing in your
me.
Porygon in Trick Room. I don't know how I feel about that. Like when you have Orthworm in the back.
He does kind of have 2 fast
And
guys
surely
out
this Orthworm
right now.
has Body Press versus the Steel type and then the Ice type, so I probably wouldn't have. Now Tailwind gets to go up and now you're in danger. Fire Blast goes into.
He's really scared of this.
See again, I don't know. Like it's something about threat assessment. We have to like decide who's like the scary mon here.
Yeah.
And then the Follow Me, unfortunate because of spread coverage, able to pick off both mons. And now Gliscor is facing a Ice type that just got Helping Handed, which is definitely overkill.
Just needed to make sure it was only a double axle.
Yeah. And now Brambleghast gets to hit the field to clean things up with its Wind Rider boost thanks to Tailwind, and this Orthworm is about to blow. Oh, Shadow Sea? I guess doesn't want to miss Poltergeist, I get.
Yeah, definitely a better second game for Aaron, but looks like he's still going to come up short.
Mm-hmm. And Terra goes, often forgetting that this is the Terra Captain for Izzy, which
it's funny. A bit of a clinic put on by Izzy, just kept the offense going the entire time.
Yeah. We saw how scary. Yeah, we saw how scary Aaron's team can be in Trick Room. I mean, Hatterene alone is very scary mon, and if Orthworm gets in Trick Room and is able to boost up, you know,
it can go nuts. It's just he wasn't able to establish those threats this game.
I don't know if we've really seen much of Shed Tail from Aaron's Orthworm this season. But
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that he gets that.
We've seen Tim use it on Cyclezar a decent amount, which is a better one because he gets Regenerator, but
but
still,
it's still not bad.
It'd be interesting. All of a sudden, Porygon Z behind a sub or SD Gliscor behind a sub. I don't know. Could be real scary.
Not bad.
Moving on. Oh, this is actually the last.
Yeah, this is our last
conference. Yeah. We got
Crispy Will versus THT Chris. Vacation Joshua.
Yeah. So these are kind of like the standard dudes that Chris really likes to bring. He's got Dozogiri, which he likes to keep in the back, and then his onslaught of dudes to kind of chip you down. Right. Once you can like wear you down, then bring Dozo in. It's real scary. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Chris has been playing very well this season.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he really once he like kind of figured out the structure of his team, he's really locked in for the back half.
Yeah, coming off of just playing him, it was a sweaty match.
Keeping the Dozugiri in the back really works for him, and just like whatever you have towards the end of the game is just not going to compete. You got to play for it.
Yeah. It makes you think because like when you're building for him, obviously you're like, all right, well let me have my Dozogiri check, and if you only have a couple of them, you have to keep them until it comes out, and otherwise it's bad.
And they can just sit back there forever because now he actually has good guys in front of him.
Yeah. Will bringing his usual guys, so it seems, with his new addition of Sinistra. I can never keep track of what's going on with Will's team, but we see 2 KOs right off the bat.
Never stops. Instant trade.
Aura Sphere, so it's a special Infernape. Now Greg hits the field. A great switch in there to eat the Brave Bird. Sinistra, a good addition to Will's team, I think. But Oh, we see this is Power Meteor Beam Bronzong, which is crazy. You're used to this guy being a defensive wall that can like set Trick Room up and maybe do some chip with Psy Noise, but now he's coming to kill you.
And he's fully special. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no Iron Defense
Using-
body press here. He's just... Yeah.
It was him who set up the room, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's Trick Room,
Yeah.
Meteor Beam, Shadow Ball, Psychic.
That's a cool set.
It's very good, yeah. Muck just sitting here being fat, taunting, knocking things off.
Stab
Insane.
knockoff is a drug. Stab
good.
knockoff is so
Yeah,
good.
it's like he doesn't even care that he's burned. Last Respect's not being able to pick up a KO, and its Scarf is knocked off, and it's just picked off, and now it's just Wheezing versus the fish.
This is Master and Commander.
Oh, but they're not
Whoa.
together because of neutralizing gas. Funny.
Funny. The Tatsugiri, not a bad Pokemon on its own though.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Honestly, the Wheezing probably would
Still
have
gonna
rather
be
them
going.
be together. Well, because like
Huh.
Wheezing, don't know what the last two moves are, but like if I was going up against Dozogiri and I had Wheezing, I would probably bring Haze.
yeah, true.
And Pain Split because Dozo has like so much HP. And so it might be able to 1v1.
You probably wouldn't have even
Dozo.
wanted neutralizing gas. That's like
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, you know, if you're running Slacking, you have to have.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's like
That's,
I
that's just
don't
kind of a weird
think
interaction.
Wheezing Slacking is a good strat.
It's
Um,
it's not, but you know,
And so here we see
it's funny.
yeah. Good protect, keep yourself safe from fake out. Turn 1.
Big flamethrower.
Get gained. How's that faster? 342, 372. Either this thing is not max
Is-
speed, or this thing might be scarfed.
It'd be crazy for it to not be max speed though, right?
Well, maybe he's like, oh, I'm unburdened, so I don't need it. But,
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Um,
You calc yourself.
but then when you neutralize and
little bit.
gas yourself, but yeah, you don't get the unburden proc.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah. Flare Blitz does nothing. That thing is heat proof, probably.
Yeah, we see another two people that Chris likes to bring together, the Muck with the Bronzong. Like, it's a very, very defensive core
Oh,
he's
yeah,
got
what do you-
there,
what
hard
do
to
you-
break through.
Yeah, what do you do against this? And all of a sudden you're chipped and your items are removed and you're poisoned from poison touch.
Yeah, and
And
then you gotta
she's
deal with the Donzo Geary after that.
He's plus one.
Yeah. Look at that, 64% from slacking. Yeah, so I don't even think those gear are going to be needed this set.
Yeah, Chris kind of cooking with this especially offensive Bronzong.
Yeah. I hate power meteor beams so much, man.
Power of meteor beams, crazy. It's good.
Just dodge it.
True, just miss, or just don't get hit.
Just have your Pokemon avoid the attack.
Retry.
And to clean it up, so good shit from THD.
Yeah, great. Great game from Chris.
Yeah, showing how good he is with the other 4 Mons on his team. That is not just crutching on Dozogiri gimmick, which makes the gimmick itself so much more threatening because you're
Yeah.
fighting a really competent player with a strong team. Otherwise,
And they just have that nuclear bomb in the back.
yeah, it's crazy. Thank God we Terra banned it.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that later.
No, it's gonna be tough. All right. Up next, we move over to the Violet Conference where we have Jordan versus Vivi.
Vivi.
Vivi bringing out the Ditto, and is this
then-
the newly acquired Heracross? No, Heracross was there last week.
Not super new. I had Heracross at the beginning. We
Right.
traded. That was our trade. Both mons working out for the other person, so good trade overall.
Hmm. And we see Pelipper
Oh,
show up,
that's not a
and
bumbo.
and rain doesn't go up. So is this Kenai? Is it Rain Dish? Or is it something else? We see
Oh
Shadow Ball come
man,
out, and all of a sudden, I don't think that's Bumbo.
that might not be bumbo right there.
And so we see Jordan, electing for Shadow Tag to keep things locked in. So maybe try and catch the Palafin if it tries to start in and not be able to switch out. But Shadow Tag does not stop you from using switch out moves like Flip Turn or U Turn,
Hmm.
Gold Switch. So it was able to get out of there. It also doesn't stop birds or ghosts.
Hmm. Shout
Well,
out Megahorn hitting.
yep, just hit. Um, but Steel type versus Fighting type. Tails all this time. So we see not Bumbo still in. And now we have two Bumbos. A second
Double
Bumbo's
bumbo.
second Bumbo's hit the tower. Um, and
Whoa,
we see it's the
that wasn't
Grink.
bumbo. It was the Grink the
It's the
whole
Grink the whole
time.
time. But good wide guard to stop the Icy Wind. Um, Terra ghosting in front of what you knew was a ghost type with Shadow Ball.
Is a decision.
Yeah, so I didn't like that play. But sometimes when you have the Terra button, it's tempting to just press. I get it. The nasty
Yeah,
plot there felt a little unnecessary. Um,
that was a little
and
greedy.
yeah, now you're dead,
Cause
but
you just die for it.
it's
Yeah.
fine. And then not bringing in your water type with the rain up, that's fine.
Mm.
Here we have Ditto, just hanging out.
Being a belly bolt.
Yeah. Morpeko, I don't know what this thing does. I guess that's knockoff. It's got fake out. It's good enough. Muddy Waters proving to be not a 95% accurate move, but actually a 50% accurate move.
Always.
Bumbo back to reset the rain. I don't know how I feel about that. Protect there. You are the fastest thing on the field, so maybe you
You
want to get
should
chip,
probably.
kill something. Like yeah, you could have killed him, but I get wanting to keep it safe. But um,
I didn't know that fortress got volt switch.
yeah, he can switch around.
That's
Um,
a weird one.
Wave crash coming in. Now the tailwind's up. Like yeah, there's not much to be done.
And like that.
And so solid play by Vivi. Some questionable
Yeah, very
plays
much.
by Jordan, and sometimes one or two questionable plays can decide the game.
Yeah, Jordan's or Vivi's been playing very consistently this season. So
Hmm.
when
Yeah.
when she kind of got her team locked in once
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, coming real close to taking the set over Matt, which
Mm-hmm.
was exciting to watch live. So once again, um, leading
Oh,
this plan to
that
try
was
and stop the Palafin.
that was a good
And this
fake
one worked
out.
out, yeah. So now it's like, all right, so like you can't switch out. Now you can't flip turn because I'm faking you out, so you have no choice but to eat this Leaf Storm. Um, and so, yeah, I like the strategy overall. It worked out quite well. Nasty plotting that, so all of a sudden I don't think that's Morpeko. But oh my goodness, Hydrapple is going
A,
crazy.
with a mind that was insane.
The double switch out. Um, I guess choosing to sack your fortress,
The choice.
which is fine. Fortress really
It's,
isn't doing
it's,
a whole lot
yeah.
this game. But wow, Hyper Voice from +2 does a lot. And then Vivi choosing
Oh, it was the
to
green.
chip her own Grink. No, it's a ghost type,
It's a
Jordan.
ghost type Jordan. No.
So, a couple things there. One, it's a ghost type, so you can't figure it out.
Maybe that was a misclick.
maybe.
That
And
might have
two,
genuinely been a misclick because why
yeah,
double it with
exactly. If you're gonna
that?
fake, if you're
Why
gonna
double
fake
it
something
like
out
that?
and then hit it with something that you're faster than already, it's just a
I
waste, right?
f-
You could have faked
Yeah,
out. You could have faked out the Heracross to wing
that's
beat it.
why I feel like
Yeah.
that had to have been a misclick
Yeah.
because
Yeah, because if you faked out the Heracross there, one you're scouting for its Terra, right? You're waiting to bait out the Terra Steel, and then you get the free kill on the Grink with the wing beat. And then if it Terra
yeah,
Steals, then next turn you can hit close combat. If it doesn't, you can dual wing beat into it next. Yeah.
and like there was no way that dual wing beat wasn't killing that Zoroark.
No, yeah, Zoroark's got no defense.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, Ditto gets to get the kill on the opposing Flamigo. And now this, I do like the Terra Ghost here to eat this close combat. And that's a much better use of the Terra Ghost. And now Fickle Beam gets to
yeah.
go and do Fickle Blast. Um, Mice dying for everything. And Fickle Beam gets to go again, which is good, but it's not going to be enough. And Fortnite will fall here. And convincing 2-0 by VV. Very good plays all
Yeah.
around. Jordan had some real neat tech. I liked the trapping of the fish. Um, yeah, I liked a lot
Fake
about
out
Jordan's
grass
team.
move is like a really good idea to
Yeah,
eat their flip turn and then
yeah, and so good game to start us off
Mhm.
with here in the Violet Conference. And now we move over to Lily versus Hall. Hall really leaning into the sun side of his team with 3 fire types. And unsurprisingly, this has caused Lily to bring Chandelure and
and two water
and 2
types.
water types and a dragon. So lots of fire resist and fire immunity on that side.
Let's see how Hall can punch through with the weird Barfield cat.
Yeah, I
I
don't know what
hate
this
that
thing does
thing.
besides have fake out and snarl.
Technician fake out.
Technician fake out, technician snarl. Yeah. Thunder Punch just did 20% to Slowbro.
Oh
Snorlax is
gosh.
not that guy. Um, so Snarl start to come out. Yeah, that's what this thing does. We see 2 helmets now so far this game. Slowbro and Torkoal both rocking the helmet.
Makes sense. You're
Hmm.
expecting to resist a lot of hits, and that's when you want
Yeah,
Rocky Helmet.
yeah. So Eruption gets to come out here.
That's a
Um,
good amount of
a
damage.
decent chunk to 2 water
Eruption.
types. Yeah, Slowbro of course being the physically defensive one
Big crit on the
of the
foul
pair.
play.
Yeah, crit foul play doing 74 is crazy. Which causes it to die from helmet chip. Now we see Boom Burst to Dunsparce.
Oh
And
no.
okay, so that was a double. I'm like, it's not like Hall to press Weather Ball into Chandelure. Okay, but that was a good double.
That was a good switch.
Yeah, getting it in there.
Oof. Fat ass air color. Air
Air
cutter.
Cutter is crazy tech. Guess it's the spread move, spread flying move. Plus, you don't want to run Hurricane in the
In the sun. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
and Air Slash.
did a lot of damage with that helping
It
hand.
did do a lot, and so it's poised to pick up a double KO this turn. And so it's kind of free to
Except for
press
the,
again. Yeah, why
yeah.
not? Biggest bird, Slowbro
Oh.
just tanking that. Incredible. Um, Yep, pretty free CC air cutter turn though. But dodges the air
Just
cutter with
oh man.
Slowbro choosing not to die. Um, CC's into the ghost type. The normal moves into the ghost type.
Oh my god. Oh
Oh,
no.
I don't know about that play.
Well, that was a
But
switch in though, but that was a good
Yeah, but
switch.
still
yeah.
doubling into a ghost immunity is
Hmm.
a play.
I guess maybe he was
Well,
expecting like Slowbro to switch out to get regenerator boost that turn. I don't know. High horsepower doing 27 is insane. Been very unimpressed with Snorlax's performance this set. I guess Thick Fat is nice to eat that fire move. And all of a sudden he's
yeah.
coached. So maybe he can get it done.
It, he
Noah
helps
Star just
for
wow. All right,
counter
never mind.
sun,
All
I
right, hold
guess.
on, Snorlax.
Whoa.
Snorlax.
Unfamiliar.
Please forgive me. I don't know what its item is. Sod doesn't get the kill. Um, that does a lot of chip.
Berry? Nope, not a
Shadow Ball.
berry.
Yeah. So does Snorlax win this? I feel like no.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't see the world
I
where it
don't think he
does.
could 3v1 with 12
No,
hit
especially with that
points.
crit. No. Okay. And the Rocky helmet on Slowbro alone would have
Oh,
cleaned that
yeah.
up. So Lily takes game one. Very good performance.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, made some really good doubles, calling out some of Hall's
The
plays. All right, so we lead off. Good intimidate, right off the bat to make Blaziken have to get out of there. In comes Snorlax. I like the taunt. Good. Prevent Trick Room. Oh my goodness, Thunder Punch
Whoa.
to erase that. And I think we knew that it had Thunder
I mean,
Punch, so I don't know how I feel about
yeah,
staying in there.
he did definitely reveal
Hmm.
Thunder Punch last
Oh
game.
no. Acid
Oh,
armor into get crit by high horsepower. That's tough.
rip. Absolute
Um,
rip.
yeah.
Who caught the taunt?
Um, so we see this is Calm Mind and not something like Specs. Okay. So it's very good taunt. So Snarl will come out to mitigate this damage. Oh, but we're making it faster. This thing is rattling. Double Edge doing chip down. Yeah. I want to know what this thing.
Good.
Maybe this thing is vest. Maybe he's vested up.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
Generally good switching from Lily this set, though.
yeah, definitely. Playing
You
very
stop
well.
critting me.
Yeah, it's been a bit of hacks in Hall's favor this game especially.
Lots of
But
crits
yeah,
this game.
again, Hall not really making a lot of reads. Yeah,
No,
okay,
he's
this thing is
definitely.
not vested. I don't think. Someone let us
I
know
don't
in the
think this.
comments what's going on with this Snorlax. What's it got on? The after you tech is neat. And Lily choosing to forfeit the battle with 3 months
3 months
left.
left.
I guess
About
yeah,
a
because like,
half
what are you
month
gonna
left.
do next turn? You're gonna get close combat at one of your normal types, and
Yeah.
so I get it, but I don't know. I think you should play it out. Got to your opponent could always throw.
Yeah, you did. I agree with playing it out usually.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, the only times I won't is if I'm crashing out, which is often. But
oh,
um,
that doing a grip once again.
yeah, Air Cutter, interesting tech.
It's
Solar power
solar
boosted,
power,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Helping hand solar power boost.
Now choosing to get out of there because of the speed drop. I like Weather Ball going in to try and pick up that kill, but a good protect. Slowbro coming in because it is free into this Snorlax who's not offensive enough to deal with it.
Hmm.
Helping Hand, Weather Ball, Eruption. I don't know if we know what the last move on this is. Yawn, maybe?
Maybe
Firecrest doing
protect.
decent.
I don't know.
Maybe.
That did a good amount of damage to that silver.
Yeah, some boosted. Eruption, very strong move. Helping
Yeah.
Hand, Snarl is crazy. Um, Oh, but now all of its bits are back.
Yeah.
I pressed doing 20% to Charizard. This thing is definitely like max defense bold. Um, I'm like, watched, yeah, 47 for, I mean, it's -1, but still.
Yeah, it still should be doing more than that. That
Yeah.
thing's got to be bulky as hell.
Oh, no. Okay. No, he made the right call there, putting it into the carrier. Um, Snorlax. Getting coached up. 9%.
Taking 9 from a waterfall.
Yeah. But all of a sudden, Acid Armor Chandelure. It's kind of scary. What do you do against this? Overpower doing 27.
Not enough.
Mm-mm. Coaching? Oh, no, Solar Blade. Come on. I think you need to coach there.
Yeah, probably.
It's like one more
Because yeah,
boost
you
on
need
this
to
thing.
beat
All of a sudden,
these defense
Snorlax is
boosts.
really, really in a decent spot. But I guess you can Snarl with this guy. That does enough damage to the Chandelure. Ugh, Pain Split. What a monster. Crit Body Press is also tough to deal with there. Um, so Snarl plus Body Press, I think, is enough to kill. Or High Horsepower, rather. But not after the Pain Split. Oh, and then choosing to kill the Slowbro there? I guess
I
that's
don't know.
I guess that's
It's,
fine
it's...
because you're just putting it all on Zard to be able to kill this guy.
Mhm.
Which does not. But Snarl should pick up the kill. Yeah.
Snarl should clean it up. Yeah.
But Dragalge in the back is looking scary. Plus, how do you get past this guy? You don't. You just tell him not to move. And now
Really doesn't have anything
Blaziken
left
kind of
to eat
Blaziken
this
kind of does
Blaziken
look
at
like it's in a
least.
good spot though.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get speed boosted up. Weather Ball does not do enough. Detect. I guess to pick up the kill on Dragalge.
Hmm.
Um, Now two normal types versus Blaziken, but now if you CC, like you're suddenly weak. Um, Weather Ball doesn't get the kill.
Not enough. And
Now
the
you're
room
stuck in
is up.
Trick Room. Uh-oh.
Oh
Oh, but
man.
Eruption now. Yeah,
Oh
Torkoal.
yeah.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Never mind. Yeah. Torkoal.
Boomburst does not do
Slow as
enough.
hell.
Spread.
And
And Hall. Cleans up that end
Yeah.
game.
yep.
I still think Lily played really, really well, especially against
She
a
played
player like
great.
Hall. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was some of the best play we've seen of Lily this season
For
for
sure.
sure.
Hmm.
I don't know how I feel about the Trick Room in the end there with something like Torkoal on the other side of the field. But
Yeah.
other than
But
that,
I do
like
understand pressing Trick Room into a speed boosting Blaziken.
no,
I
for
get it,
sure.
but you
But
do have
like
to you have to look at all 6 of their mons and say, oh, they have the slowest Pokemon on the planet over there.
yeah. So it was a tough situation to be in. It's a really tricky end game.
Yeah.
But shout out Lily for doing well, and shout out Hall for taking
Winning
the dub.
against a
Yeah.
bad matchup
Um, yeah.
with 2 waters and a flash fire mon.
Yeah. Up next we have Ernest versus Josh. Ernest
Josh.
having a pretty tough season.
Yeah. He has not been able to get his team locked in at any point.
Yeah. And so leading Rillaboom Hydreigon into Tyranitar Mandibuzz. Tyranitar choosing to instantly become a bird. Understandable. But all of a sudden now, that Tyranitar is going very fast. You got to +2, but now you're slower than everything. It's kind of scary. But Josh choosing to focus down the Rillaboom slot, which I understand. But now Tyranitar is took that Draco, and now he's in Fake Out range. Josh making a good call of switching out.
Mm-hmm.
But Ernest making the icy wind play. It's interesting.
Tailwind.
And so I would have faked out there probably, but maybe I'm bad. We see Intimidate on Hitmontop this week. I think is a good call.
And the Mandibuzz is clear amulet or something. Or does it?
Is that Overcoat? I don't remember.
I. Mm,
Someone let us know in the comments if
so,
that's Covert Cloak or
something to ignore the icy wind. Oh, it's
yeah,
not because it's minus attack. It has to be overcoat.
yeah,
You can't be clear amulet.
yeah. Um. So a bit
Buttons
of
are
a
being
weather war
pressed.
going on. Sunny day
Yeah.
with Sunny day Hitmontop is some interesting tech. But now Venusaur is in to be fast, but is slower than Mandibuzz and Tailwind. Speed tie maybe?
Oof.
'Cause they have the
Might.
same they
Yeah.
have the same
Must
base
be.
speed. Are they both max speed? Maybe they're neither max speed. Aha.
Yeah. There it is.
So here's a little bit of an oopsie daisy.
Definitely overcoat.
Yep. Now
Yeah.
we know. So Ernest, I guess, learning here that you can't sleep powder Bandabuzz. And so instead choosing
Goodbye,
to
Goldango.
kill Goldengo, which is a good play. But now you're back in Tailwind. Your sun is gone.
And Mandibuzz is still fucking here.
Bandabuzz is a demon. That mon is so good. I don't know if it gets the respect that it deserves. Sometimes people kind of sleep on it, but that mon just never dies. It can
It's
set up
so fat.
Tailwind. It can knock you off. Foul play, roost if you think you're getting it close to killing. Like everything is bad there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard for a mon to be bad in current year with stab knockoff. Dark is very good because of knockoff.
mhm. Josh choosing to bring in Tyranitar to reset the sand, I guess, but
Right.
forgetting or neglecting to realize that it'll die to its own sand chip as a bird.
Because it's a flying type.
Yeah.
Yeah. RIP.
We see
Maybe
Riolu.
just trying to set it back up.
We saw Riolu was Balloon, and not Eviolite, which is funny.
Yeah, probably for like coaching on the Garchomp with the
Yeah, so we can
earthquake, I
spam
believe.
Earthquake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
That is funny.
I guess the Eviolite probably doesn't really matter because your stats are so bad anyways, Riolu.
Yeah.
Cinderace is here to press Big Gunk, um, which turns it into a Poison type, which allows it to live the crit CC.
Oh,
Um,
good dodge.
yeah, good switch into Mandibuzz on
Mm-hmm.
the incoming Earth power. But putting Garchomp right back
This
to bed.
Garchomp is so EP, dude.
I respect that. That's a good play. And now start spamming Icy Wind.
Until
Giga
you
Drain,
die.
Earth Powder. Yeah.
Yeah, Garchomp Earthquake's not really doing a whole lot here either. That might not be
No.
a strategy.
I don't know if I would have brought Earthquake. I definitely would
Yeah,
have brought Earthquake into Earnest Team with Grassy
exactly.
Terrain. Um, but hey. Yeah, so watch this Earthquake's gonna do nothing. I like your -2 spread move plus the third of Grassy Terrain. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Garchomp switching out. But does that make him go to bed? No, he just eats the Giga Drain, so that's a good play. At this point, I bring in Rillaboom. Get Fake Out.
Damn, that's a lot. Cinderace does not have a lot of
Yeah.
hit points.
Mandibuzz is pressing like the 17th Tailwind of this game one. But it doesn't matter
As
when
the
you got
team-
Grassy Glide.
As the team collapses around him,
Yeah.
this Mandibuzz just keeps setting up the win.
Yeah, we've talked a bit about all my friends are dead syndrome, which is like when a
Yeah.
Pokemon can like live forever, but if it doesn't have enough of an offensive pressure or a threatening aura, like you just kill everything around it, and then all of a sudden it's left alone. That's not what really happened here, because I think Mandibuzz put in a ton of work.
Yeah, he just kind of kept getting his attack lowered.
Yeah. Yeah, Ernest with his 3 starter Pokemon and Hydreigon left standing. Was
Good
able
run.
to take game
Yeah.
1. He brought 4 starter Pokemon this week. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Versus only 1 starter Pokemon on the opposing team. So maybe that's the difference.
Yeah,
there.
that's the secret.
And now we might see the plan he had here.
Yeah, so he decided just to lead with his prankster coaching with the balloon to spam Earthquake. But again, Earthquake is not going to do anything in this terrain. Gliding to pop the balloon.
Wow.
Shout out Real living that, which is impressive. Um, but instead of Earthquake and going for Dragon Claw into the Hydreigon slot, I get it. It's good. Fake out, we do see that Blastoise had it all along, which is good to know. Woodhammer doing
It's so
40,
funny that
46
Blastoise
through
gets
plus
fake out.
2. Yeah. Um,
Woodhammer doing
Grassy Glide to
rip.
pick him off is good. Don't let him coach anymore. And here we see again, yeah, Earthquake
It
here.
just
It's
does not do enough
you're in
damage.
terrain.
Yeah, it's
It's just
so much setup, not enough
yeah,
not enough
so you
payoff here.
can't be Earthquaking in a world versus Rillaboom.
No, absolutely not.
Good protect on your low HP Mon, baiting out the priority move. Lets you get the Rock Slide, pick off Blastoise, and so that's a good turn for you. Perfect turn for Intimidate to drop, forcing out both the guys. 19% from Woodhammer is crazy. Wide guard, cool tech, dodges
Full
dazzle.
tech.
Tailwind goes up again, but you get a nice knockoff into what is Specs Goldengo. Wow. But Shadow Ball's still going to be enough to pick him off. Foul play we saw does decent chip.
Was alright,
Sunny,
chip. Yeah.
Bring in the sun.
yeah, but don't like
Yeah.
he has a 100% Tyranitar in the back. You know, like pressing
That was a
Sunny Day there
complete waste of a
it's
turn.
not going to do
Yeah.
anything. Like at that point, you should just pick up the kill on Goldengo. Although you probably can't because it's probably a fighting move as its last. So tough.
Like, true. Yeah. Yeah, that is tough.
Yeah. Bring in Hydreigon
Manual.
on the Snarl. Earth Heart at 14% is absurd. Sand boosted.
Manual weather's tough.
And so now Venusaur is just getting,
Snarled to
snarled
death.
down to nothing, and at least you get to put T-Tar to bed. But like, what is Hitmontop going to do here? What is Venusaur going to do here? Now there's -2. Nothing. Yeah. Watch Giga Drain do 11%. Oh, look, Sun's back.
Sun is back.
Oh, look,
and Tyranitar's back.
Tyranitar's back.
Josh
Now
definitely
he's
playing
out
around the
again.
weather pretty good there.
Yeah.
And the tailwind is
Giga
back
Drain
up.
does 15%. You got to get Venusaur out of here. Okay. Now choosing to become a bird. You're giving up the Spadef boost. Just
But
tough.
you don't get one. But Hitmontop can basically do nothing to him then.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
it's-
Hitmontop, he's
assuming that
gone.
last move's a fire
So there
fighting move.
will be no more sunny days. Now both these guys are low, so it's a decent position to be in. Bringing in Skeledirge is neat here, but now you're gonna get snarled. But Torch Song should mitigate some of that, at least keeping you at neutral.
Yeah, true. Well,
Now-
actually, it's not really keeping you at neutral. It's keeping you
yeah,
at
but now
-1.
Tailwind is gone, and so
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm
you're
in
in
to
a
buzz the
decent
slow
position.
again.
And now it's a 3v2 with
Yeah,
a sleeping
The
Tyranitar.
sleeping
Tyranitar.
Tyranitar.
It's
Yeah.
really, it's not really too. A Tyranitar is.
And we see Fling.
Oh, man.
We see Fling Big Nugget, which is amazing. Tyranitar getting a very important wake up there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this is looking kind of scary for
This is-
Ernest. Trying to go for a double protect there, which
Oh,
know.
misses a sleep
misses
powder.
a sleep powder. So everything is suddenly going wrong for Ernest. What looked like
And
a
he's dead.
cleaned
oh my
up
God, crazy.
game
Wow.
2, all of a sudden,
1-1 going into game 3.
all of a sudden, tough.
It was a great finish.
Yeah, and so excellently played by Josh. Definitely helped with a little bit of luck with the turn. What 3 wake up? That's which is to be expected.
Yeah.
That's pretty, yeah.
And so
Yeah, that was a timely wake up to
Yeah.
kill that Skeledirge.
Yeah.
Do just enough for the triple sand knockout.
Yeah, going for that double protect I think was bad because he already flung his nugget, so he can't do that big move. And so all we've seen, other than that, I haven't seen anything else. So we had gunk shot, so that could have picked him off too. But I don't know. I think at that point you just have to start doing damage. But
Yeah.
the Cinderace is very strong. Um,
You can't just let him sit there.
yeah.
And fling big nuggets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Game
so
3.
losing an end game like that would be enough to shake any gamer to its core. So let's see if Ernest can keep it together and bring it back for game 3. Uh, so we see a whole lot of nothing happen turn 1, except Cinderace became bug type, and eats a really going to eat a huge
Whoa.
U-turn. Um,
Whoa.
killing Riolu by the cost of your own Rillaboom. You take that trade any day, as
Yeah.
as Josh.
That's so funny.
Dragon taking this chance to rip its Terra and get a nasty plot off. Going for a taunt here on the Blastoise, questionable because all we've seen as a not offensive move is what life do.
I
Like
don't even
we know
remember.
this isn't Shell Smash, so like I don't know.
Yeah, it was like Icy Winds and Fake Out.
Fake out and maybe Helping Hand, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Snarl mitigating some of this damage here. But the special defense boost to the sand really coming in and causing Tyranitar to be a problem. Rock Slide kills off Hydreigon. Now that Hydreigon's gone, this is looking really tough for Ernest. He's lost Rillaboom, he's lost his Hydreigon, his two kind of best mons into this matchup.
Yep.
Um,
Ugh.
does so much damage. Missing an Icy Wind on Garchomp is really tough. But you don't really have much to deal with Garchomp anyway.
And just sitting here eating
Specs, yeah, hitting Specs, yeah,
shadow balls
yeah. Like, what are you gonna do?
is not where you want to be.
Yeah, now Venusaur is probably in Dragon Claw range, if I had to guess.
Venusaur is
So,
probably in
choosing
most
instead
things
to go
range.
into Blastoise. Um, and so Garchomp not in any danger of dying here, and still faster, even at -1.
Yeah,
So
game's going a lot better when Garchomp's hitting Dragon Claw over the
instead of
Earthquake too.
Earthquake,
Yeah.
yeah. And so all of a sudden, Skeledirge and Hitmontop versus the world. Just bring in your Tyranitar.
I believe in Skinny Venus.
Listen. I think Skeledirge is very cool. I don't think he's got it in him. Turning into a flying type. No, I get it. There's Fake Out.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah, and at that point the game is over.
Yeah.
Shoot, Terra Blast, and so a commanding game 3
Yeah,
from
from
Josh,
Josh.
and so yeah, good stuff. Mandibuzz is a fantastic Pokemon. Tyranitar is a bitch. Um, that's all I got to say.
Real.
Um,
Shout out Mandibuzz.
Ernest still thinking about how he can change his team. Um, and so who's to say?
Yeah,
what
there's
it's
some
gonna look
trades
like.
going off right now that I think,
Yeah.
or he's trying to clean it up a little bit more.
Might be a bit late with only 2 weeks to go, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's been a learning experience at the very least. All right, and our penultimate set this week is Tim versus Matt. This was a set of good friends having to fight each other.
I was not looking forward to this set.
No, I mean, how can you
But
look forward to fighting this team?
it's really, I do like the immediate skill swap. That's
It's definitely funny to pick up the flash fire to prevent fire moves from being spammed. But Woof, expanding force is
Yeah.
insane. Wisp's Gambit,
Rip.
easy enough. Yeah.
That does nothing.
Looking like in preparation for this set, me and Matt talk often about our teams, and looking at Tim's team and looking at Matt's team, I was just like, Quaquavel just goes crazy.
Yeah.
Or like what can his team do, Tim's team do to stop that duck? It's like just Meowstick. It's insane. And Meowstick's
But
not particularly great into things like Terra Dark, Armarouge,
hmm
Indeedee. So Matt now getting to do his very
funny,
powerful
well-baked
strats
body
of
sets.
boosting his dog. But the dog gets crit by Blizzard, does good damage. Gets to pick up a kill though. And at this point, it is
And yeah, this is
Bird
over.
King
That's a
Gambit versus
burn.
the world. Um,
Sucker punching into a tailwinding balloon.
yeah,
GG, as they say.
Sucker Punch doing 5% to dog. Yeah.
Tough.
So yeah. Some funny tech coming out of Tim's side that's worth noting. Skill swapping on Rabambi to um, take Flash Fire and possibly to take away Guts from Ursaluna. We've seen a lot of people trying to
Yeah.
skill swap.
Matt's a team that
Matt.
uses his abilities very
Hmm.
actively, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty decent. I tried it too,
Imagine skill
and it like
swapping
pretty
well-baked
worked.
body off of Dashba, and all of a sudden you burn your partner, and you give defense boost to your opponent. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
We also saw Misty Terrain on Meowstick to try and fight the Psychic Terrain to allow him to do
hmm
things like Sucker Punch and maybe not explode to Expanding Force. So a lot of interesting tech out here. I like a lot of where Tim's head was in this set.
See if he can make any kind of adaptations.
So we see similar leads from
He,
Tim. Um, Lots of Protect coming out. Picking up Flash Fire is cool. And so um, Matt content with just getting Guts. But now all of a sudden, um, you know, Tim trying to take Guts away, but Matt being,
Martin
aware
not
of
leaving
Yeah,
him
this.
in on the
picking up a
skill
good read
swapper.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now also, bringing in DD not only protects your bear, but also sets you up to press big expanding force.
hmm
Imprison to stop expanding force. Funny. But unfortunately, Matt not going for the expanding force there. Now this dog is poised, +2 to do war crimes.
Commit violence.
Yeah, unburden activated on Drift Bloom to go fast. And Dosman actually
Snarling
just
Rotom.
content to mitigate damage with Snarl um, until an Ice type comes in, and then it wants to do damage. Respectable. Um, the Psychic Seed, Spadef boost coming in clutch there. Uh, and then we see a balloon kill itself.
The cursed Rotom.
Yeah. Which is neat tech. I guess you don't need another move on Driftbloom, and Rotom is a tough, relatively tough thing for Matt's team to break.
Yeah.
Threatens Hydro Pump on his Ursaluna. Um,
Ooh,
oh,
Brutal.
yeah.
yeah.
Definitely hard to play against Matt. He's one of the better players. Definitely going to read all your moves. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see Tim had a really good game plan there, and it just kind of fell apart once Matt read
Mm.
the skill swaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to get cheeky gimmicks off on Matt when he's ready to adapt to them and not let himself fall for them.
hmm
Uh, Quaquavel, this mon is crazy. If it gets an Aqua Step kill, like what do you do? You just you're just gonna get run over by it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's a
so
scary mod.
I'm not looking forward to fighting this team in playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is. All right, to round us off for the week, we have your set, Adam.
It's me.
You fought
This
triples.
is yeah. This is a fun set.
Yeah. So
Uh very back and forth overall. My team is pretty standard, except I brought Evire to deal with the waters and the flyings.
yeah.
Uh he's a pretty funny set that I can explain more, but he's
Oh yeah, I think I remember a little
well,
bit about it.
yeah.
Yeah. Tinkaton Azu leading his fairies. Reasonable.
And
We see Intimidate do nothing because of Clear Amulet and Own
and
Tempo.
own tempo. Yeah.
So when you're up against the Incineroar week, you got to be prepared for Intimidate. And JT's team being extremely physical based,
Yeah, cannot sit there and take intimidates. That was
yeah.
a unfortunate
Yeah, play rough just doing so
play
much
rough.
damage, and so we know automatically this
And
team is
then
huge
here it
power.
is. And then I killed myself with Supercell
Supercell
Slam.
Slam.
Yeah, Supercell Slam.
Supercell Slam is such a funny move.
He's what's it called? He's the item that makes your accuracy better.
Oh, wide lens.
Yeah, he's wide lens Supercell Slam.
Funny.
Uh
Tough in a format that's very protect
protect heavy,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I am just failing to establish offense this game.
Yeah, it's kind of getting mowed down by these moves. The Crypt Raper
Yeah.
doesn't help, but I think the damage.
It really just kind of made it go faster,
Yeah,
realistically.
I've seen this clear amulet, a second clear amulet to
another
sit the
clear
tower.
amulet.
And we see another curse go off to kill the
Yep.
ghost type. Funny. We see a Rage Pounder of his own. Gets a good crit to pick up the kill, but that knockoff's going to do too much
Yep,
damage. So
not
Trick Room
just
kind
kills
of
the shit out of. Yeah,
working
kind of bit
against
me
you
in the
there,
ass there.
but not much to be done. Not called the clear amulet for good measure, but this is liquidation. Huge power is going to
Yep.
go through. So quick game. Yeah. So
He didn't even need to bring backs out. I just
No.
couldn't
Hard-
get my offense established at
yeah,
any
hard to
point.
find a footing. You're kind of on the back foot from the get go, and then
Yeah.
switching.
I
Evire
lost.
to-
I lost the lead matchup pretty hard, and it just kind of didn't go well. So I decided to throw out the Evire first this time to just kind of
Yeah, get him going.
get him going.
Yeah.
And he did catch me with the taunt.
Oh, he taunted your taunt. This is funny.
Yeah, he taunted me, taunting him.
Funny. Rock
But he
slide.
is
showing
also
up
rock slide.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's neat. Lunging. JT showing that the support bug move that he chose this time is the one that lowers attack. Reasonable when you're fighting things like Araquanid and.
yeah, I also am a fairly physical team, so it.
Yeah, we got to see a Supercell Slam come out, which is cool.
Yeah, Supercell Slam was picked specifically because it can two-shot Tinkaton really reliably.
Ah. That's neat.
Despite not being super effective. And I got the curse off on Scoville in there to just get it dead.
Yeah, funny. Good fake out, but unfortunately puts in citrus range. Supercell Slam doing respectable damage to what is definitely a bulky Volbeat. Who's content to lunge to mitigate damage, but that's honestly gonna. He's Covert Cloak too. Oh no, Covert Cloak, not
Yes.
Clear Amulet.
Yeah, but yeah, he's
Makes
Covert
sense.
Cloak.
To
yeah.
not get faked out.
Rage Powder spread moves, funny. Get a funny
Yeah,
flinch on.
yeah.
Rock
Rock Slide
Slide.
flinch is nice. This Ice Cold Crash is gonna do big damage.
Uh,
And he
Another
gets a
fun-
flinch. He gets a
and-
flinch right
yeah.
back. Yeah.
yep. So we trade reasonable flinches there. Happens.
Oh, you got another one. So lots of flinches going on.
fun fact, straight 128, 128 on Amoongus lives both that Icicle Crash and a full special attack Fire Blast from Houndoom.
Wow. Shout out to Mungus. That
Shout
mon's
out
correct.
broken Pokemon.
Yeah. So we see Terras get ripped, Supercell Slam causing massive chip to
Yeah,
yourself.
causing me to kill myself. He fails a double protect
Yeah,
and then gets hit with a successful Supercell Slam.
there it is. And so real good spin back. So it's night and day to see where you can get your footing offensively in this matchup.
Yeah, and when you don't throw with Supercell Slam,
That
but,
too,
you know,
yeah. And so we see, Electivire actually getting to put in a lot of work. Lucky
Yeah.
flinches aside, is played much better.
this flinch is evened out.
Yeah.
And then
Going into game 3, we see JT leading off with Baxcalibur off the rip.
and I decided to lead in with my fat guys who cannot really do anything to Excalibur. But I was able to set up the room into
Got the
his,
room and so get the curse off. Say, do
and
something.
find out that the fucking tank is
That's goggles.
safety goggles.
Yeah.
I probably should have known that from a rage powder earlier, but
Yeah, I was about to say.
ever in at the same time.
Ah.
I forget genuinely.
I think it was game 1. You rage powdered and then Tongue and ignored it.
Yeah.
I remember watching that live. Like, oh man.
Oh yeah, we gotta be aware of our surroundings. And so tough. Player off doing a lot. Supercell Slam also doing a lot. Here, pick off the Tinkaton. I like that play. But that
thing is
bird is now out, which is a big threat. Just
Yeah.
gonna race.
Just gonna kill Arachnid.
Yeah. Got the kill on
But
Skullvillain. It's kind of a sack, I think, on JT's part.
And then I kill myself again.
No.
Right.
Electivire, no.
I should have pressed Rock Slide, but
Yeah, Rock Slide looked pretty good there.
Yeah.
Two Rock Weak Mons.
After he missed that T-Wave, this wasn't necessarily as over as it could have been.
Yeah, well, T-Wave missed. It's like, oh, hold on, all of a sudden.
And then
this guy
I
is
bring in
clearing it.
Ensign to eat the second T-Wave, Prankster T-Wave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to poison him. I'm trying desperately to poison this whole beat. Funny crit, though.
Maybe you could have spored the Baxcalibur there.
I was taunted.
Oh, you're
I've been
taunted.
taunted.
I'm foolish. I'm not paying attention. But now Baxcalibur +1, very scary. Azu here to press liquidation into Incineroar. Yeah.
And that's...
Dragapult cannot do it on his own. 53 is pretty good, though. Yeah. And so that's a really good set.
It was a good set. I threw a little bit with, what's it called? With
the Supercell.
Supercell Slam.
Yeah.
The move's not very good.
No.
But it is also the only strong physical electric move.
It is. Wild Charge is not
Wild
real.
Charge is okay, but it's pretty mid.
Yeah, it's not great. Will they ever give Electivire Plasma Fist? No.
Probably not. That sounds too good. It'd be nice though.
But yeah.
Yeah,
good set to finish this up.
Good week overall.
Yeah, this is a good week.
All the games got
we
played.
all played our games. There's no forwards, so proud of
Much
everyone.
better than the previous week.
Yeah, we're back on a good schedule. We're moving into our final 2 weeks of the regular season, so there's a lot to be excited for.
Big games. I have to win out. If I do, I make playoffs.
Wow, so it's time to lock in.
Yeah, and JT with this win separates himself in the Violet Conference as like a solid third there behind Hall.
We have
and
like 4, 3, and 4 people in Violet.
Yeah,
It's
you're
top
fighting for that
heavy,
4
and
and
then we're all
5.
tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's still very competitive. I think in both conferences
The
for
fourth
some
and-
playoff spots.
Yeah, the 4th and 5th slots are both up for grabs in Violet right now.
Wow. So
And in Scarlet, we're fighting for 2, 3, and 4 between me, Chris, and David. So it's definitely pretty good.
yeah, so a lot of things, seeding and spots alone are on the line. So let's lock in. Let's have another good 2 weeks. It's gonna be exciting.
All right, good games, everyone.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being on as guests, guys.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right.
Anytime.
Peace.